Kumusta everyone and welcome to the Philippines. Today, we're about to embark on an incredible culinary adventure through this beautiful country. If you're a foodie traveler planning a trip to the Philippines, you're in for a real treat. We're going to dive deep into the heart of Filipino cuisine, exploring the top 5 dishes you absolutely cannot miss. From the savory depths of adobo to the refreshing sweetness of halo-halo. Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and discover the incredible diversity of flavors that the Philippines has to offer. So, loosen your belts, grab a spoon and fork, and let's get started on this delicious journey together. First up, we have the legendary adobo. This dish is the cornerstone of Filipino cuisine, and for good reason. It's a true testament to the country's ability to transform simple ingredients into something truly extraordinary. Adobo is all about slow-cooking meat, typically chicken or pork, in a magical marinade of soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, peppercorns, and bay leaves. The result? An explosion of savory, tangy, and umami flavors that will have you craving more after the first bite. Every family in the Philippines has their own secret adobo recipe, passed down through generations. Some like it a little sweeter. Some prefer it with a touch of heat. But one thing remains constant: the incredible depth of flavor that only comes from slow cooking with love. Imagine tender, juicy meat, infused with the rich aroma of soy sauce and vinegar. Each bite a symphony of salty, sour, and savory notes. You'll find adobo served everywhere in the Philippines, from humble street food stalls to upscale restaurants. Don't be afraid to try it from different places and discover your own personal favorite version. For me, a steaming plate of adobo served with a mountain of fluffy white rice is pure comfort food. Heaven. It's the kind of dish that warms your soul and leaves you feeling utterly satisfied. Trust me, when it comes to Filipino food, adobo is not just a dish. It's an experience. Next on our culinary adventure, we have sinigang, a soup that's as unique as it is delicious. This Filipino classic is all about the perfect balance of sour and savory, creating a taste sensation that will awaken your senses. The star of the show in sinigang is undoubtedly the tamarind. This sour fruit lends its distinct tanginess to the broth, creating a base that's both refreshing and deeply flavorful. But sinigang is far from a one-note wonder. It's a symphony of flavors and textures, with vegetables like okra, eggplant, and green beans adding their own unique character to the mix. And of course, no sinigang is complete without your choice of protein. Whether you prefer pork, beef, seafood, or even just vegetables, the tender morsels absorb the flavorful broth, creating a truly satisfying bite. Imagine this: a steaming bowl of sinigang, its aroma filling your senses with the tang of tamarind and the freshness of vegetables. One sip of the hot broth awakens your taste buds, the perfect balance of sour and savory dancing on your tongue. Sinigang is more than just a soup. It's a symbol of Filipino hospitality and comfort. It's the kind of dish that's often shared with loved ones, bringing people together around a table filled with warmth and laughter. So, when you're in the Philippines, be sure to seek out a steaming bowl of sinigang. It's a true taste of Filipino culture and a dish that will leave you feeling nourished from the inside out. Get ready to feast your eyes on this. Lechon, the crispy-skinned, succulent roasted pig, is not just a dish in the Philippines, it's an institution. A symbol of celebration and indulgence, lechon takes center stage at fiestas, weddings, and any occasion worth celebrating. Imagine this: a whole pig, meticulously seasoned with a blend of herbs and spices, slowly rotating on a spit over glowing charcoal. The air fills with the irresistible aroma of roasting meat, making your mouth water in anticipation. As the lechon roasts, the skin transforms into a thing of beauty. It crackles and blisters, turning into a golden brown armor that's irresistibly crispy. Underneath that glistening exterior lies tender, juicy meat, infused with the flavors of the marinade and the smoky essence of the charcoal. The moment of truth arrives when the lechon is expertly chopped, the crispy skin crackling under the blade. Each serving offers a delightful contrast of textures, the satisfying crunch of the skin giving way to the melt-in-your-mouth tenderness of the meat. Whether you enjoy it with a side of lechon sauce, a tangy and savory dipping sauce, or simply savor it on its own, lechon is an experience that will stay with you long after the last bite. So, if you're lucky enough to attend a Filipino feast, be sure to come hungry and prepare to be wowed by the majesty of lechon. It's a true testament to the Filipino passion for good food and good company. Now let's cool down with a Filipino classic that's perfect for the tropical heat, Halo Halo. This vibrant and refreshing dessert is a true sensory delight, a colorful medley of textures and flavors that will leave you feeling utterly satisfied. Imagine a tall glass, layered with an assortment of sweet and colorful ingredients. There's shaved ice, as fine and delicate as snowflakes, creating a refreshing base for the symphony of flavors to come. Then comes the fun part, a generous helping of sweetened beans, creamy leche flan, chewy ube halaya, or purple yam jam, and colorful jellies, each adding their unique texture and sweetness to the mix. And for the grand finale, a scoop of creamy, dreamy ube ice cream, its subtle sweetness complementing the other flavors perfectly. But the real magic of Halo Halo happens when you mix it all up. The shaved ice melts, creating a sweet and milky concoction that binds all the ingredients together. Each spoonful is an adventure, a delightful explosion of textures and flavors. You might get a bit of creamy leche flan, followed by the chewy goodness of ube halaya, and then the refreshing crunch of shaved ice. Halo Halo is more than just a dessert. It's an experience that embodies the Filipino spirit of joy and celebration. It's the perfect way to cool down on a hot day and a must-try for anyone with a sweet tooth. Now, for the adventurous foodies out there, we have balut. This unique delicacy might not be for everyone, but it's a true testament to the diversity and, some might say, the adventurous spirit of Filipino cuisine. Balut is a fertilized duck egg, incubated for about 14 to 21 days, allowing the embryo to develop. It's then boiled or steamed and enjoyed as a street food snack, often seasoned with salt, vinegar, and chili. I know what you're thinking, a developing duck embryo? But trust me, balut is more than just a novelty food. It's a cultural icon in the Philippines, enjoyed for its unique flavor and texture. The best way to eat balut is to crack open the shell and sip the savory broth inside. Then, you can season the yolk and embryo with salt, vinegar, or chili, depending on your preference. The flavor of balut is often described as rich, gamey, and surprisingly flavorful. The broth is savory and slightly salty, while the yolk is creamy and rich. The embryo, depending on its stage of development, adds a unique texture and a slightly chewy bite. Balut is definitely an acquired taste, but if you're feeling adventurous and want to experience a true Filipino delicacy, I encourage you to give it a try. You might just be surprised by how much you enjoy it. Wow, what an incredible culinary journey through the Philippines. From the savory depths of adobo to the refreshing sweetness of Halo Halo and the adventurous balut, Filipino cuisine is a true testament to the country's rich culture and history. I hope this video has inspired you to add the Philippines to your culinary travel bucket list. And when you do find yourself exploring this beautiful country, be sure to come hungry and ready to savor every bite. Salamat for joining me on this delicious adventure, and I'll see you in the next video. Mabuhay!